tell us, word on the street is that there's been renovations being done at the KICC. Tell us about that and why.
Well, I mean, KICC now is a building, iconic building that's been around for over 40 years. So it's in need of a facelift. So with that. But yes, the word on the street is correct. And we are doing that. We're doing small little renovations between now and June. And then from June, July, we're going to heavily move in. So from now, we're just, gutting things out, removing things that we can very, very easily. And then in June is when we start our heavy work.
How much is it going to cost KICC to do the renovations?
That is, it'll be a lot because obviously given the time for that. But it's obviously within budget, and also again as a commercial entity in parastatal, we obviously generate our own money, so we'd be using it out of there. So it would not we may, obviously look for government funds as a one-off in terms of that, because again, what people forget is conferencing has a direct injection into the economy. So again, it's sort of safeguarding and investing in the future. So it's a worthwhile investment with that. So
the last 2 years, business tourism has been on the high in Kenya. Actually, from 2015, since we hosted WTO and everything else. How has that been for KICC?
It's been great, and I think what we need to do is not slow on that. The fact that we've had those big events, now is the time to advertise, now is the time to market, now is the time to go out and bid. And that's something that we're actually even doing now. Next week I'll be in China bidding. I'm accompanying the main association, which is the Kenya Chambers, National Chambers, where they're bidding for the next international chambers to be held in Kenya in 2020. So it's huge and really excited about that. It's my first bid. Of course, we do go for bids. It doesn't mean I've not been bidding for the last 2 years while I've been there, but I send my marketing team or head of marketing out there. So really, now that we're streamlined, now that we're stable, it's business as usual and international business. So all very exciting, and the beauty about KICC, the thing that I love about it is every day is different.
Yeah.
You can walk in there and from the different events that are taking place to the expos that are taking place. Another thing is, we also house a lot of government, National Assembly. So every day there's something, something or somebody is adding. I think we maybe even eventually need a reality show just of what goes down. But it's on a serious note, extremely honored, and we don't stop here. We don't be complacent and think, okay, now good, we've got these two. No, now is the time to ride this wave. And the beauty about conferencing is that you're not booking for tomorrow. You're booking for 5 years, 10 years down the road. So all the bids and all the bookings that I'm negotiating or doing now, I'll actually never see. So that's actually how we should be doing it.
So UNCTAD, WTO.
KICC
well. Exactly. So how was it for you? You had just joined and you were able to successfully hold this event. What were you most scared of? Especially with this really big international events, because everyone was looking at you.
Yeah. I think just not failing, because we always fail, but that would have been the worst time to have failed. But just, it's that feeling, that day before an exam, that you've studied and you've studied and you've studied, and you're just like, what, now I've just got to get in there, and if I do it, I do it, and if I don't, well, we need to deal with that. But I've studied and I just have faith, and we're just going to go. So I think it was just that. I think it was a time to show Kenyans what I could do, what we could do as a country, and you don't want to mess that up. Who wants to be, the person that's known as messing up the, you had one job.
You had one job.
You better deliver. So it was that. So I think it was just scared about, it was being scared about having a lot on my shoulders and who I was representing.
Yeah. Last year, it was a prolonged electioneering year. So how did that affect KICC?
I think like everybody else, we did take a dip, but again, we also use that time. Again, when things like that happen and it's foreseeable, but again, the local community and the local market sustained us. We have an event every day at KICC. Every day we have something going on. So we were able to, still Kenyans, it's business as usual. So internationally, we didn't have anything planned, so nobody pulled out. So that was fine. We also used that time. We used that time to streamline. We used that time to restructure ourselves and just do internal, systems. So by the time January kicks in, we were able to come back.
What are some of the events that you are looking forward to hosting this year?
Well, of course, we have our annual festive season, which is going to be bigger and better, including the whole of the city this year. So definitely looking forward to that. Again, we do have some events coming up. We have the Homes Expo. That's another one now that we partnered with. One thing when I came in, and Homes Expo have been around for many years.
Yeah.
And I challenged them and I said, I'm happy to have you keep coming to KICC, but what's your plan B? What's your plan C? And they were like, what do you mean? And I said, well, you just come, do an expo, you leave. I'm like, but you understand that you actually hold and have a direct access to all the housing industry. So why not do something as CSR? And they'd never thought about that before, and they were, happy with that. So I challenged them. I said, you can keep coming back here, but you're only going to come back here if we're going to do something where we can partner and it's life-changing. If it's building homes, if it's building a school, or something that's going to be impactful, and a CSR complementary. We are looking at revamping, possibly definitely a rebranding. So it could even be a change of logo. With that, but then also again new things. We've got a gift shop coming up that really excited about, where you'll be able to get your snow globes or your keychains or just things that a proper working gift shop. And that's what we need. It sounds very, but that's something that we need. And tour guides, tours. We're going to be starting that, where you'd be able to now do of City Hall, Judiciary, Parliament, and finish at KICC with that as well. And again, with the different events.
How is KICC perceived internationally? I know it's an iconic building, especially for us Kenyans, but how is KICC viewed outside Kenya?
I wouldn't say we're not known. We are definitely known. We're the third largest conferencing facility in Africa. We're definitely making headway. And now also one thing that we're doing is I also decided that we're not selling KICC anymore. We're selling Kenya as a destination. So Kenya as a destination, let's go out there and sell the destination. And then internally, let's decide who goes where. By default, if you've got a conference that's 5,000 or more, it has to come to KICC. If we've got conferences or meetings of 100, 200, they don't have to come to us. Do something up in Nyanyuki, do something in Kisumu, do something in Mombasa, because a meeting is 2 or more people.
Yeah.
So you can even do it on the banks of the Mara.
Yeah.
And we're trying to sell that destination now. So, and it's huge. I mean, we had a huge response in last year when we went to Germany. Internationally, we're definitely getting out there. We're going to be entering into more of the South Asian markets, and also Russian market is huge for conferencing. Middle East as well, the Americas, but also even Africa.
Yeah.
So,
do you have the numbers of probably the number of people who have attended KICC for conferences?
Last year, but I wouldn't even say. See, conferencing when we do it like that for KICC is different. But in terms of people who came to Kenya last year for meetings, is about 200,000. My goal is to, 500,000 or more a year. So in the next 2 years. So.